everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my monthly haul. It is March and I've got a few things to talk about this month. I didn't actually have a haul last month for February, I just didn't pick anything up. So this is everything for the month of March, and I'm gonna kick it off with something that I have a lot of backups of right now, and I didn't necessarily need to purchase it, but I can't resist a good deal. Sèche Vive, my absolute favorite top coat, and I've gone through like 10 bottles of this stuff at this point, was on sale at Winners, I think it was, for $6.99. Usually this goes for 13 bucks, so this is almost half off, so I could not resist picking it up. I was a little concerned that this was being discontinued because it was at Winners, but that turns out to not be the case, so I don't really know why it was there, but I will happily pay half price for anything that I adore. So I picked up 2 more bottles of this. I already have 2 backups and 1 currently open, but that's fine because I will absolutely go through these as soon as I finish all my other bottles up. I got this sampler packet of Bioderma this past month too, and the main reason for getting this is because I need a replacement for my Bioderma Micelle solution in the mini format. That's the one that I travel with, and mine is almost empty, and I think it usually retails for around $6.50. I'm not really sure, but this whole package was $6.90 for that mini travel size, as well as 2 others. I think one of them is a moisturizer and the other one's a foaming gel, which I've probably used before, but the samples in here are probably going to be so tiny that it's going to be like a 2 or 3 use item. My main reason for getting this was for the Micelle solution because, again, I travel with it all the time and mine is almost empty, so I thought this seemed like a good deal. 2 other products I could try in small sizes, and then like the main reason I got the product. I have a replenishment moisturizer here. This is the Dermal Therapy Heel Care Moisturizer. I have really gross heels that will crack unless I use this, and only this. I've tried so many other products on the market, and this is the only one that will actually heal a complete heel crack. Heal a heel crack. Yes, it does heal it. That just sounds weird to say. This will heal, oh my god, I can't even say it. This will heal those heel cracks and make them like their brand new skin. So I rely on this intensely because it's the only thing that really works, and I think my mom picks it up for me at Costco in this massive size. I know you can buy a smaller size at Walmart, but I might as well get more bang for my buck, right? So she grabs this for me at Costco. I finished up my other tube and it will be in my upcoming empties, but this is an absolute lifesaver if you have heel cracks. I have another replenishment item here, Johnson's Baby Shampoo, which I use to clean all of my makeup brushes, and my other bottle is almost done right now. Usually this comes with like a tab top that like pops open, and it gets so freaking gunky. It's always a mess by the time I get to the bottom of the bottle. So when I saw that this one has a pump top, I picked it up immediately because I figure I can just keep refilling this one with new bottles that I get over time. It'll be so much less messy this way. The next few items are kind of strange because I have been quite vocal about my distaste for sheet masks. But I picked up 4? Like what? I don't even understand. Well, I mean, I do understand because 2 of them suckered me in because they have character sheet masks and they're animals. One's a cat, so of course I was gonna get it because how adorable. And the other one's a raccoon, and the raccoon sheet mask doesn't even look really like a raccoon, but I was suckered in because I love raccoons so much. So I picked up a raccoon one and a cat one, and I have actually heard that these are really annoying because they're quite thick on the face. Like the sheet mask itself is thick and doesn't really conform to the face, but I mean, I'll give them a try, and if I hate them, then I'll just never buy them ever again. And then I picked up 2 other ones for no good reason. I mean, one of them is a unicorn hologram glow mask, so that's pretty much the entire reason why I picked it up. I really like anything holographic, and this appealed to me. Why did I buy these? Ugh. And the other one I grabbed is a Skin Recovery Biocellulose Mask. And I bought this one because I figured all these other ones were so ridiculous. I might as well pick up a format that I know I'm going to enjoy. And I do really like biocellulose face masks because I feel like those actually conform to my face and they feel really good. This one is for intensive moisture recovery, so that's usually what I prefer in my face care, is I want something super hydrating. So this one will probably be the one that I enjoy the most, but these are probably going to be a lot of fun. I have another skincare product here, and this one kind of makes me laugh because when it first came out, I thought it was utterly ridiculous, and the price tag definitely put me off of it. It is the Too Faced Glow Job face mask. and this was like 50 Canadian, I think, when it came out. And I was just not about that life. That was way too expensive, but they have dropped the price significantly now. I found this one at Winners in Ottawa, and it was for $19.99, so 20 bucks. And I was like, you know what? I like glitter, I like Too Faced. For half off or whatever it is, I'm willing to give it a shot. I really don't think that this is gonna do that much, but I really like glitter, so I just wanna give it a shot. It's pretty much a peel-off glitter mask, and I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. There's not a ton of product in here. Oh, this is gonna be a mess if I try to, yeah, but you can see it's a thick formula. There's a ton of glitter in there. It's probably just for like shits and giggles, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna do anything miraculous to my face, but I'll have fun trying it. And honestly, when it's like 20 bucks, I'm willing to give it a shot. At its original price tag, I think, which was around 50 bucks or 55 Canadian, I'm just not going to spend that kind of money on a novelty item, really. I have a few exciting products here because my friend Julie was doing a bit of decluttering in her collection. She's no longer really blogging, so she's getting rid of a lot of products that she feels just like clutter in her collection. And I got to inherit a few items that made me really excited. The first one here is Sugarpill's Feline Fancy palette. It says it's an eyeshadow palette, but it's a little bit strange in terms of format because the pans are quite large, and some of these colors are not ones that I would necessarily gravitate towards as an eyeshadow. I mean, they will work, it's just not ones I would necessarily put on my eyes as a shadow because they look more like blushes, highlighter, and a bronzer. Like this one definitely looks like a bronzer, this one looks like a highlighter, and these ones, I guess more eyeshadow colors, but they could definitely work as blushes. This one up here called Kiss Kiss is a shimmery red metallic color, and it looks so good. I can't wait to play with this palette, mostly for that red, because I mean, I'm not super into pink, and then these two colors seem relatively generic, but you know, I like Sugarpill shadows. I like the cat theme, obviously, so I'm super into it. The next item is one by Tarte, and this is their Blush Bazaar palette. So there are, man, there's a lot of blushes in here. There are 10 blushes, although 2 look like highlighters to me. I think those ones are more like highlighters. I've always been super interested in these palettes, but I've never picked them up, and I'm not really sure why. I feel like they always either sold out before I could get my hands on them, or I never felt like the colors were varied enough for me to want to purchase them. Julie was getting rid of this palette, and I was like, yes, I want to try it because I've been so curious about them before in the past. I haven't touched it yet, but the colors do look really appealing. I feel like it does lean very coral overall though, because these two down here, coral peach I guess, these two down here, these up here, and then this one is quite coral as well. There are some more mauve tones in here, but it's funny how it's quite coral and mauve. I don't feel like there's much pink in there as much as I would want, because I really like when a blush palette is quite varied in tone. I want a pink, I want a coral, I want a mauve, I want a neutral tone, and I feel like Tarte has done a lot of one-note blush palettes recently. I feel like there's enough variety in here, but I would have wanted a little bit more. That being said, I haven't even used this yet. That's just like a judgment call based on looking at the shades in here, but I'm excited to give it a shot because I've had a few of these over the years and I've never pulled the trigger, so I'm glad I got this one now. Okay, the last one is very exciting to me, and it's the last one that I got from Julie's Declutter because I had reviewed this palette on my blog because she'd loaned it to me because it looked really intriguing, but I'd never picked it up. And let me tell you, I have regretted that ever since. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, the Nicole Guerriero one. I had thought that this was just like any other glow kit palette that ABH had put out at the time, because the colors are, I don't know, I don't feel especially unique. But I put my review up, and the photos of my face in that blog post are so beautiful. I don't care if that sounds vain. The highlighter looks so freaking incredible in those pictures on my face that I was so sad to give this palette back to Julie after I had reviewed it. That review probably went up 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I have not stopped thinking about this palette ever since. It was kind of one of the ones that got away from me, even though I'd reviewed it, which is kind of strange because we don't tend to loan each other products back and forth to review. But I could not stop thinking about this palette, and it's never come back. in stock on Sephora's websites. It's sitting on my loves list on there in the hopes that one day it would reappear, and it never has. And now I own it because she didn't want it. I am so excited. Again, I'll point out, I don't think the colors look especially unique in here, and I definitely said that in my post, but there is something almost otherworldly about how these highlighters look on my face that I am so happy to own it now, because it truly was the palette that got away. Even though I did review it on my blog, I was so regretful that I never picked it up with my own money, and now I've got it back in my life, and I am so excited. I am so excited. And the very last product I have to talk about is a single Inglot eyeshadow, because just this morning I smashed my favorite color by Inglot when I was trying to show Haley. She was over this past weekend. She also has a YouTube channel. Her name is Haley. Oh man, her maiden name was Haley Wright, but she got married and now it's Haley Evans. So I think about her as Haley Wright initially in my head. She was over this past weekend. We filmed together. There will be a video up on Thursday of us discussing some of our current favorites. But I was showing her my favorite Inglot shadow this morning, and the palette fell out of my hand, dropped on the floor, and smashed face down, and we both just sort of like stopped. And I didn't even want to pick up the shadow because I'm like, I know it's gonna be broken. And it was only my favorite shadow that broke in that palette, but it's because I'd hit pan on it significantly, so it just kind of shattered on impact. It is the Inglot Shine Shadow in 24, and it is the best color that they make. It is a very pale, shimmery mint color. It's a little bit of a translucent color, so the color that you're seeing here is more of a wash of color on the eye, but I think it is gorgeous. It is just the best eyeshadow color I have ever seen in my entire life. So this morning I went out to Inglot and picked up the shade again because I will not be without it. It is absolutely the best color I've ever seen. Okay, so that is it. That is my haul for the month of March. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.